All right, guys. So today, I've got a story that's bizarre to the next level. Now, there's two parts to the story. The first part of the story is being run in the mainstream media, and it will get some airtime. It's the second half of the story that no one is talking about and no one is running. And that's why I need you guys at home. If you're watching this on TR.news, please copy the URL and share the link everywhere. If you're watching this on YouTube, in the description below, I've added the TR.news link. Please share that, and share that more than the YouTube video, because obviously it comes up on social media a little bit better with the featured image, etc. That's the way it works. Today, the New South Wales police have been found guilty by the Human Rights Commission, the tribunal, for vilifying Arabs, vilifying Palestinian Arabs. Why? Last year, the New South Wales police did an exercise, a counter-terrorism exercise, in which, and guess what, imagine this, a couple of police dressed as terrorists. Now, they were wearing the Palestinian kafia. It is a piece of clothing that you can see here, the police wearing it. It is what terrorists that you can see here wear when they carry out terrorist attacks. Now, instead of Palestinians being outraged by the terrorists appropriating their clothes, which we know not to be true, it just is the clothes that terrorists wear. But instead of being angry at the terrorists, a Palestinian Australian has gone and filed a vilification case against New South Wales for what? Offending his people. Let's look at the exact wording here. They were found guilty for racially vilifying Palestinian and Arabs. Seriously. They now have to apologise. The court has ordered New South Wales police to apologise to Arabs and Palestinians. Why? Because two of their officers in a counter-terrorism exercise dressed up as terrorists. Literally. That's how the terrorist looks when they carry out their attack. Now they're not allowed to do that because they might offend Arabs and Palestinians. It's not like the New South Wales police said, let's dress up as Arabs and then perpetrate a crime and vilify them. They said, okay, let's try and make this scenario as realistic as possible. I used to run gyms that did a lot of counter-terrorism training. In fact, we train a lot of police. And you try to make those training exercises as realistic and as real as possible, including dressing the perpetrators up into the same garb, into the same clothing, into the same look as what would happen in reality. Why? Because in reality, when the police are confronted by that scenario, it's not something new. It's something they're used to. It's something that they recognize and they've trained with, and their muscle memory kicks in, and it doesn't give them something else that their brain needs to take in and to understand and to break down and to work out. It's something that they've done a million times before. So the New South Wales police dressed up as the terrorist to make it real. And now what? They have been ordered to apologise to Arabs and Palestinians for vilifying, for racially vilifying them. I didn't even know that was a race. In fact, there is no state of Palestine, so I don't know. But that's not the problem here. Now, on top of that, I want to tell you, guess who the complainant is? Here you go.
He's been called a serial pest, taking high-profile Australians to court dozens of times over claims of racial vilification. But today, Sam Ekamawi was the one facing the law for an alleged assault on a fighter for freedom of speech.
Live streaming outside court in June last year.
How you doing, brother?
With a tide of supporters, Avi Yemeni is waiting for Muslim advocate Sam Ekamawi, who had just had a hearing in the racial vilification case against 9 Sonia Kruger. Then it got heated.
Listen, don't show be nasty, little hey?
The alleged scuffle, described in court as a punch, a lunge or a haymaker, has landed the 75-year-old with an assault charge. His barrister claims he was trying to block the arm and phone filming him after being intimidated and provoked. But the Crown argues he reacts to words and a clear and utter overreaction when he could have kept walking.
Mr Yemeni and members of the Australian Liberty Alliance say their concern was that Mr Ekamawi has a long history of taking legal action against people who say things he disagrees with, claiming that risks inhibiting free speech. The case last June was the 22nd vilification complaint brought by Mr Ekamawi.
Yep. No, that is not this story. That is the last time Sam Ekamari was in court. And what was he in court for? He was in court for assaulting me outside his last vilification case for Sonia Kruger. This guy's a serial pest 22 times. I think that was 22 until this one. So this will be his 23rd case that he's taken people to court for offending him, for offending his religion, for offending Palestinians, Arabs, Muslims. He keeps doing it over and over again. It costs him nothing. He's a serial pest. And when it comes to violence, you saw for yourself. He has no problems perpetrating it. So please, guys, get this story out, because it's not just about the craziness around the idea that our police can't even train realistically as not to offend a minority who should be outraged at those within their community who are perpetrating those awful, horrific crimes, instead taking it out on the police who are just trying to do their job the best they could. But also the fact that it is a serial pest, a violent criminal now, a serial pest who found guilty of assaulting me outside his last vilification case. Spread it around. Thanks, guys.